Hi everyone, this is the disembodied voice of Patrick Galactic. Are you an artist? Do you have friends who are? Then Weird at Night wants to show your work. We feature music, poetry, painting, dance, drag, comedy, sketch, short films, animation, literature, and much more. Yeah, I just read the graphic, but I also wrote the graphic, so it's only kind of cheating. Do you want to be a character on Weird at Night? You absolutely can. Whether you want to make something for the show or have something specific you'd like us to air, you can do it by either emailing us at weirdatnight@gmail.com, or the much cooler option is to join our Discord server, send me a friend request, and then send me a DM. Weird at Night is a place of celebration and collaboration. We're always looking for new and fresh things for the show. If you have an idea you want help developing, we're down to help. Art is the antidote. Attack with love. I'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm the Pink Cloud. I'm a mythical creature here in the Waniverse with my friends, Booger Bitch Fantasia Man and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I hated all humans and lived a life of substance abuse and self-loathing. But I discovered friendship and now I feel a lot better. Welcome to Weird at Night! This is the pre-show. The live show will begin at 10 p.m. as our guide, Patrick Galactic, steers us on a course to the Artmosphere. Weird at Night is a humor-based community art share stream. The Waniverse is a land of safe but challenging fantasy. We get real stupid, and oftentimes we do them at the same time. We're interactive. If you got something to say, at Weird at Night in the chat, and we'll read your comments, as long as they aren't hateful piece of shit kind of stuff, and at least somewhat related to the show. This is a place of art, acceptance, of tolerance, and understanding. Misogyny, racism, homophobia, transphobia, and all other xenophobic ideologies are not welcome here. But if you ain't dumb like that, welcome to the Artstravaganza! Starting at 10 p.m.
What fire springs forth? What bile does bubble? The black moon swings, and the sky stirs trouble. Yes, it does. By violent ends, we kill the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. Weird. Night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Wed at Night!
Package makes 2 quarts of Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, 9 great flavors, the drink you love. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid,
For the very best drink you ever made.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid,
Be sure that the envelope says
Kool-Aid.
You can give your youngsters a lot of pleasure with Kool-Aid. You know it's pure and good. It has the Parents Magazine seal. And it's so thrifty. A 5-cent package makes 2 full quarts. Just add Kool-Aid to water with ice, add some sugar, and stir.
For the very best drink you ever made.
Be sure that the envelope says
Kool-Aid.
Heyo! It's your corporeal manifestation of the cosmic entity, known to all as Patrick Galactic, welcoming your sexy asses to Weird at Night. Looking good, everybody. Looking real good. I'll be your guide tonight as we endeavor to deliver the utmost in art, music, history, and most of all, creative conversation. We are live every Tuesday and Saturday night at 10 p.m. Pacific on Twitch and YouTube. Hello to everyone watching on all of those platforms. We are also live every Saturday at 10 p.m. on the Converge Media Facebook page. We'll drop a link to them now. If you're new and haven't heard of Converge Media, hop over to that link and give them a follow. I promise you won't regret it. But serendipity beckons, my fleshy friends. The Weniverse calls, but we can't pick up until we serenade the skyline with the song of the cosmos. Are we ready? Fantastico! Everything is perfectly misaligned now. We were making a little too much sense there for a minute. Whew. Now, I'm not sure what your everyday knowledge of 13th century poets is, but we're about to hear from one. This first piece is called The World by Persian poet Rumi. This was brought to life and animated by Ella Dobson and comes to us via the On Being Project. And have a listen.
The world is a mountain. Whatever you say, good or bad, it will echo it back to you. Don't say I sang nicely and mountain echoed an ugly voice. That is not possible. The human intellect is a place where hesitation and uncertainty take root. There is no way to overcome this hesitation except by falling in love. To reach the sea and be happy with a jug of water is a waste. The sea that has pearls and 100,000 other precious things.
That was a fantastic animation and extraordinarily powerful poem. It seems Rumi, even in the 13th century, could see that humankind's intentions were not always what nature rewards. Almost as if our stated desires are not, let's say, the intention of nature. That we miss so much in reality by constantly living in our heads even? Because our heads are filled with hesitation? Those are the questions and thoughts that poem brought out of me. What does it bring out of you? What was the meaning you took from it? At me in the chat and let me know. I'll share them as we go along. This could be really fun, so no slacking, okay? And slack, we shan't! No mercy for the mercurial in the Waniverse, my deadlies. Weird at Night is like a weed watered only by the pee of a buffalo. It must be nourished. And to do that, I need you to turn rationality off. And what the fuck to 11! Because this cosmic calamity, it ain't an accident, cowpoke. It's an extravaganza of galactic proportion. Weird at Night is a twice-weekly odd voyage through the stars. We love music, we love surreal comedy. Weird at Night is like a smoky patchwork quilt with Twilight Zone, 90s cable access, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and Reading Rainbow, all stitched in. We're astonishingly wholesome for people who say fuck as often as we do here. More importantly than all of that, we're a show community. The chat is 100% where it's at. A lot of the stuff we'll be showing tonight might have been made by someone hanging out in the chat. So as always, we give thanks to Queen Most High, because you're chatting amongst royalty. Seattle rapper and vibe impresario DeQueen is the true and ultimate ruler of the Waniverse. We didn't write it that way, we actually found out by happenstance. Check out DeQueen's Bandcamp and give praise. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that. But don't fear the darkness, darling. We're weird. It's night. You're in the right place. Respect for each other and the flow of the show, it's essential. Distractors, spammers, you'll be ejected, so don't even try. Give us a follow, and at some point in the night, I'm going to sing you a little tune and put your name in the pretty lights on the screen. If you subscribe, which is so helpful, I will put everything down, grab my guitar, and I'll write you a 20-second song on the spot. But we're ready. Let the extravaganza begin. Now, I don't know about you, but there is a lot going on around me right now. Lots to get done, plenty to worry about, but always within the realm of achievability. Plan, focus, discipline. We have the power in us. It's all just a matter of harnessing it and not putting up with our own bullshit. At least it is for me. Tonight's show is loaded with incredible music from Marmalade Mountain, Terry Monstrosity, and Not For Sale. We'll learn about the visionary art of Aramis Hamer and Oscar Oiwa, and a hell of a lot more. So squeeze your cheeks together and prepare for takeoff. And while you do that, I'm going to simply remind you that time is a currency. We speak of money as if it's the holiest of all currencies. But what are you paid money for? Your time. Time cannot be regained. Money can utterly vanish and reappear in short order. Time only moves on. We only get less, not more. Appreciate your time, appreciate yourself, and live this experience to the fullest. The present is your friend, friends. And this is your last reminder that Wan Fam, T Bassa, is dropping his new EP, You Till You Puke, this Friday, November 19th. I've known T Bassa for about 10 years. We've toured together. We've been in bands together. I've never once seen him even hold a ukulele, much less play one. Furthermore, I haven't heard a single track on this. I'm excited to see what the Bassa has cooked up. We'll have more from T Bassa later tonight. But listen, we're art pirates on a crusade for art gold, and we're about to bid bon voyage to my incessant rambling. Right now, I need everyone watching on every platform to ask me a weird question. Anything you think would be hard to answer, would be funny, whatever you think weird is, just at me in the chat, and I'll answer when we have at least 3. The Waniverse is humming tonight. We got Aramis Hamer, as I said, Oscar Oiwa, Terry Monstrosity, and even comedy legend Richard Pryor on deck. We're probably going to have to cut it out of the replay, but that's why live is what it is, baby. You got to be here for the full thing. But here, in what is often the spot for the monster of ceremonies, Terry Monstrosity, we have a riveting and darkly hilarious animation from the one and only master of multi-frame mindfuckery, Madeline Williams. This is a submission Madsy posted the other day for Hellivision that I think you're going to love. Check this out.
Cylinders. These mysterious objects of industry have mystified and captured the world's imagination for far too long. Today we'll demystify these stuck-up tubes and have some fun at the same time. Did you know if you stretch every tube in the infinite multiverse together, it would circle the Earth infinity times? It's gotta be true. I met a cylinder once.
They were playing trombone at a bus.
Of course, the last thing a tube wants to do is be a cylinder. But sometimes it happens. It's true. In fact, if you kink shame a cylinder enough, some theorists believe it can turn into the most illustrious of tubes, the bendy straw. It's gotta be true. It would be a shame if it wasn't, would it? Ask your grocer. You know what bendy straws are good for, don't you? Sucking up peanuts, of course. Another fortunate fact about cylinders is their remarkable ability to ignore the feelings of everyone around them.
If it were I'd keep a close eye on them. Cylinders are our first and last defense against situational awareness.
I assume scholars have defined cylinders with a huge system of pulleys and tubes, probably. But fortunately for us, Urban Dictionary has a simplified definition. You dirty ding-dong. What do you do with cylinders?
I dip mine in mercury for a tasty treat. I'm through the rabbit hole now, baby.
Have you or a family member been the victim of flamboyant cylindrical mercurial therapy? Sadly, there is no known cure. But with enough time, patience, and money, we can squeeze the downstream mercury dealers for a sweeter take of the pot.
Don't forget to slap this video, and I beg of you all, please, for the love of all that is ambiguous, slap your favorite human for me, won't you? Did that voice sound familiar? I don't know. A little unexpected cameo there, huh? That was Madsy's submission for Hellivision about cylinders. Great shit. Cylinders are so simple yet so complex, right? Madsy's creating new stuff constantly, so don't waste another minute. Make sure you're following her on Instagram. There's new stuff just about every damn day. And make sure to check out our artist studio where Madsy is featured as one of our featured artists. Many of the artists that we show here on Weird at Night have merch over in our artist studio. And the reason it's called the Artist Studio is because any purchase made from there, all profits go directly to the artist. It's just like buying something on Bandcamp or anything else that directly supports creativity. So please make sure you go and check that out. Madsy's got some really cool stuff. And we've got some cool questions to answer. I'm not sure I can. I read a few of these while we were watching the beautiful animation from Madsy there. Alex F and V, the chances of Taylor Swift writing a song about you are slim, but never none. That being said, why is Jake Gyllenhaal actually the Zodiac Killer? Look, I don't know what the fucking deal is with Taylor Swift, but anybody who's remotely renowned who dates her would have to know that you are going to be the subject of some hate writing later. So I saw some weird stuff about Jake Gyllenhaal today. I had no idea what anybody was talking about, but it sounds as if this is a Taylor Swift related matter. They have to be really far apart in age. So I don't know. But if Taylor Swift wrote a song about me, I would basically have come to understand that I blacked out for several months of my life because I don't think we're really each other's type, to be quite honest. So if Taylor Swift wrote a song about me, it's probably because I made an enemy of her politically. Bicentennial baby, if you were given the option to live forever by transplanting your brain into any living organism besides human, what organism would you choose? Great question, Bicentennial baby. What I would do is transplant it into a raccoon, of course, because raccoons are geniuses. That's just the way it is. Nature made very few geniuses, but raccoons are one of them. They have opposable thumbs. They survive pretty much anywhere. Their diet consists of trash or crawfish or river sediment. They can live on anything. That's what I would do. Ash Matty says, name 3 movies you wish Steve Guttenberg had been in. Okay. The Godfather. I think Steve could have been a convincing Fredo. Maybe, no. Steve Guttenberg is Sonny in The Godfather. Yeah. So that's one. I would also say Steve Guttenberg as Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. I think Steve Guttenberg could have filled that role beautifully. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense. And lastly, and I think this makes the most sense, Steve Guttenberg cast in the Daniel Day-Lewis role in There Will Be Blood. Those are the 3 movies that I think Guttenberg would have been the most effective in, but I could name so many more. We could have a Find Your Weird just about that. Thank you, Ash Matty. Great question. Madsy in the End Times, because you can always split the time it takes to choose the distance between 2 points infinitely. The fact that you actually can close the distance, does it not indeed prove that infinity is finite? Yes. Thank you, Madsy. Dartone III, what kind of criminal would you trust to watch kids? Not like your kids, random ones. Just so, not my own children, just random criminals. Definitely, what criminals would I choose to watch children? I think just, maybe just somebody, maybe a minor armed assault or something. But, because I know that they're going to protect the kids, you know what I mean? Because they have the weapons to do so. Ash Matty suggests that Guttenberg could have also worked in Schindler's List or Gladiator. Bohemian Rhapsody even, which I haven't seen. I've never seen that movie. Every time a rock star biopic comes out, I get a little bit annoyed, I gotta be honest, because every single time, all of a sudden that's everybody's favorite artist of all time. Johnny Cash, Queen, Elton John. It just happens every single time, and it's kind of annoying because where were you, 10 years ago? Anyway, thank you, everybody, for your questions. I loved answering that. It's always fun to connect with you in that way. Now we turn our attention to a recently featured artist from Nanamucho's Newsy News That's New. The artist is Marmalade Mountain. I was blown away by the track we shared and very curious to hear more. And I didn't have to look too hard. What we're about to watch is a video called Broken World. It's got a really important message that I hope you'll let all the way in. We all need to hear it. So, hear it now.
I'm living in a broken world doesn't mean that I can't stay. I'm not giving in. It's been like this for way too long. I'm just not giving in. And everybody wants to change. And no, I know we disagree. Well, that's okay, 'cause everyone's not the same. And anyone who tells you so has forgotten their own name. Forgotten their own name. Ever since I was a child, I looked up to the older generations and I smiled, 'cause I knew my day would come. So darling, don't you give up now. Don't turn away and run. Well, sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night, hung up on some bad trip. Well, there's been a lot to process lately. Bad news, deceit, hate, fear, uncertainty, disease, and isolation. But there's an angel that's watching over you with folded wings and a gentle gaze. Well, she's witnessed centuries of despair and perseverance, and she asks you for your patience. that I can't stay. Yeah, I'm not giving in. It's been like this for way too long, I'm just not giving in. And everybody wants to change, and no one we disagree. Well, that's okay, 'cause everyone's not the same. And anyone who tells you so has forgotten their own name.
What a hell of a video. That was awesome. Damn it. I loved it. And as fate would have it, Marmalade Mountain just released a new single today called The One. We dropped links in the chat. Give them a follow on Bandcamp and YouTube, and consider picking up some music while you're at it. Hey, my saucy secrets, huh? We got a little more conversation going about rock star biopics in the chat here, and I thought it was worth mentioning. Ash Mandy said, I like when biopics come out because it exposes my kids and their friends to great bands like Queen. They weren't alive 10 years ago. Fair point. That's a fair point. As an adult with a 19-year-old daughter of my own, I definitely can see that point. However, Ash Mandy then proceeds to say that Elton John only has 7 good songs, which I'm sorry, friend. You need to dig a little deeper because there's a lot more than 7 good Elton John songs. But we're gonna move on. Now, I mentioned Converge Media at the top of the show, and for very good reason. Not only are they our broadcast partners, they are on the cutting edge of Seattle's communities, sharing balanced and nuanced coverage of the pressing issues in our city, in our nation, and beyond. They recently upgraded their studio, and it's truly something special. We actually have that for you here, so check it out, eh?
On October 23rd, we unveiled the new Converge Media Studios to Stephanie Johnson Tolliver of the Black Heritage Society of Washington State, who along with Damon Brown of Creative Lou, designed our interview wall with epic images of Seattle's Black community of yesteryear from the late Al Smith's photography collection at Mohi. We often speak about our past, our community, our culture, our traditions. Though times have changed for us here in the Emerald City, Converge Media is firmly rooted in our history and grounded in our legacy while focused on the future. We want to say thank you to all of you who support Converge Media. Just know that you are the difference. You made this studio possible, and because of you, we continue to grow and thrive in our purpose. So be on the lookout for new, impactful, and educational programming from Converge Media. And remember, Black media matters.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your band, The Big O. I want to encourage you to tune in to Weird at Night right here on Converge Media every Saturday at 10 p.m.
As always, I tip my cap to Omari Salisbury, Trey Holiday, and the entire crew over at Converge Media. Please take a minute to look at the links we dropped and consider making a financial contribution to their incredible work. It's some of the easiest money you'll ever spend, and honestly, every dollar makes a huge difference. But from the news of the day, we turn to the song of our souls. Aramis Hamer, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Aramis Hamer is a visual artist based here in Seattle. She left her nursing job in Chicago to find what her soul was truly calling her to do. And she did. Hamer's paintings depict what she calls Black girl magic in both abstraction and crystal clear definition. Check this out.
I feel like my paintings are a love letter to myself. As the Black woman, we can feel, I know I can feel not seen, not loved, not represented. Black Girl Magic is recognizing the ability that African American women have to alchemize their pain and their struggle into strength. So in that, it's really like just creating my own narrative, writing my own story, and making sure that I'm represented the way that I want to be represented. You know? I had to discover the power that I had within, and once I discovered that power, I wanted to represent it through my work. I started off as a registered nurse in Chicago. I love healing, I love helping people, but as a nurse I saw that I wasn't helping and healing them in the way that I saw was most beneficial. So moved out here to Seattle and fell in love with the city. My paintings represent power, liberation, strength, Black girl magic, everything that resonates with me. I love color, and so I want people to look at my work and just be completely transformed, almost taking them out of this current world into this new world of color and goddesses and breaking chains and light and liberation. I love painting big. Murals allowed me the opportunity to really go big and have this dance in my painting process. One that really speaks to me is the Liberty Bank mural that I was able to create. That was an historical bank, the first Black bank west of the Mississippi, so I wanted to make sure that they were highlighted. I was raised on Jimi Hendrix. My dad is a musician, so I got the privilege to paint the Jimi Hendrix mural that's at the Northwest African American Museum. And it's right there near the butterfly garden, so I wanted to make sure that there were elements of it connected to the garden and butterflies and bees, so you'll see a lot of those aspects represented in the mural. Another mural that I painted was in the Amazon building. The building is called Unicorn, so I painted a unicorn. There's music and energy and the galaxies and the cosmos that's floating from her. And then there's this mixing board to represent music. And then these huge speakers that's just like bumping beats. So really, really love the Unicorn mural. I feel like art has no choice but to be spiritual. My work transforms me. So I hope in the transformation of myself that it overflows to other people.
Aramis Hamer, I love stories like that. Aramis Hamer's love for her community comes through so strongly in her work. Incredible murals. We're taking a look at a few pieces I was able to grab from her website. We could probably spend an entire episode dissecting and analyzing these because they are so powerful, so beautiful. I love the extremely bold use of color. There's a ton more than this available, so make sure to smash the links that we dropped so you can revel in all of it. And also want to say big thanks to King 5 for the video as well. But yes, some of these I'm looking at on a very, very small screen, so I'm not sure what all you can see. But, you know, just extraordinary blend of color and expression. And I thought Aramis, the way she spoke about these pieces was so moving and so powerful. But Aramis is a Seattle artist, so this work can be viewed up close and in person if you're in the area. Go to her website and you can find out where. So once again, this is Aramis Hamer, and very, very excited to be able to show her work. Inspiration is a wonderful thing, ain't it? Well, we ain't done yet, gentle flames. We are only diving in deeper. And from the visually delightful, we now turn to the news of audio. Nada Mucho has been covering the Northwest music and culture scene since 1997. I used to say 1998 in air a lot, but I finally changed my ways, I hope. Join host Nina Wasson-Carey for a voyage through what's cool in the Northwest right now.
Hey everyone, this is Nina Wasson-Carey bringing to you Nada Mucho, newsy news that's new. Nada Mucho is 100% volunteer driven, supporting independent music and entertainment since the late 90s. Tonight, Nada Mucho founder Matt Ashworth has put together an incredible lineup of fresh new music just for you. For each of these artists, we're going to drop the links in the chat. What we want you to do is click on those links and support those artists directly. This is Nina Wasson-Carey, and you are watching Weird at Night.
I didn't know I'll be standing here in front of you tonight. And I know that we both have a lot to say, but please go on and make your move. I know we have a lot to say, but I don't wanna talk right now.
See you all the time. See you in my mind. A promise I was made. A promise that's been delayed. They say nothing fades like love. Nothing fades like love. Nothing fades like love.
Why ask why? What's on the up? You gotta keep it without to ignore what you hear. You gotta keep it without so much clutter in your ears. Plugged. You gotta keep it without in your room with a beer. You listen. You gotta keep it. Well, Mama, take me out west. 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 She said, I'm gonna get you out there, boy, but you will have to do the rest. Whoa, man, it told us out to go to summer, think we're gonna stay. The daddy said to come back, he must have lost his way. Uncle Dixie jail, the house is torn to pieces. There ain't been no peace or his and grandma, where it's I was on my own at 18, alone and wasted. I'm stepping out in the night to make myself whole again. Down the straight line of signs of what I never tasted. But I got only the sight for the love that'll stay to the end. Seas of the city, I'm feeling high, but I can't stop, baby, just walk on by. Ain't gonna settle for a second, gotta get. You said that I need to see you, and I make you sad, cause you think I'm lying. 4 days since I talked to you, and I need a little more just to get my head right. Sometimes I be asking too much, I be asking too much, and I wanna give up. You know I be asking too much, I be asking too much. The breeze rustles boughs high in fir trees. Clover and buttercup covered in leaves. Early light, a blessing.
What can you say? Another crop of excellent stuff. Thank you, Nadamucho. If you want to know more about these artists, follow Nadamucho on Twitter as they share more about them throughout the week. Those last two tracks from Daisies and yesterday's Velvet Dream really grabbed me. The Daisies track really grabbed me because of this really interesting blend of like country lap steel guitar kind of vibes with like kind of electro, which I've never heard before and I really enjoyed. And that last track, Late Roses, by yesterday's Velvet Dream, it's from somebody I know in Tacoma who is a fantastic songwriter. And if you listen to that whole track, it is really, really haunting and beautiful. Also, a quick reminder that I host a live podcast with Not a Mucho editor Matt Ashworth on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific on the Stereo app, available for iPhone and Android, where we gather our friends together and take on a topic each and every week. This week we're asking, what's your favorite music of 2021? It's that simple. What's the coolest new shit you've heard this year? The year ain't over yet, but it's not too early to get the conversation rolling, am I right? We hope you join us, call in, and share your picks. Okay, time for a chat break. Ash Matty says, all the best bands always come from Olympia or live there temporarily. You know why, Ash Matty? Because that's where drugs are. That's where drugs are. A lot of people go live in Olympia for a short time and then kind of come back like, please take me back to Tacoma, Seattle, wherever I came from. Yeah, Olympia, I have seen it treat artists real well, and I've seen some people just vanish and never return. But yes, Olympia is a storied music city and deserves its day, for sure. Also the home of some really great indie labels like K Records, I believe, is located in Olympia. How are we doing? Are we having fun? Find Your Weird returns tomorrow, so I'm stoked about that. Stoked to be back with you all. And stoked to share my picks for 2021. Because we've shared so much music here on Weird at Night that Ash Matty adds K Records and Kill Rock Stars. I was going to say that, and I hesitated for some reason. I'm not sure why. I got scared. Also, just want to say to all of you who joined us for our double feature on Saturday, that was such a tremendous experience for myself and for Blaze in Space. We put the stream on my TV. We watched it super big. And it was really cool for me to see how great that Noirland stuff looked on a big screen, because I only ever see it on these really small screens. And so I know what I'm sending out, meets all the specifications for HD and stuff, but it was really cool to see it up there. And big hat tip to Blaze in Space, who really, the point of that was to show that in 5 weeks' time, Blaze in Space essentially created an entire feature-length thing. That's not easy to do, and doing it 10 minutes at a time is probably the only way you can do it. But Blaze in Space pulled it off. Big hat tip to Blaze in Space. Also, don't want you to forget about our Discord. We stay in touch throughout the week on Discord. We also have a community voice chat after the show. So after this show goes off the air, about 5 minutes after the show, I'm going to be in the community voice chat tonight for about 30 minutes. It's awesome. We riff, we collaborate, we connect. It's super cool. And it's kind of like hanging out in a green room after the show, but I'll be there and I would love to talk with you. So please do join us if you can. It's a lovely time, and it's awesome to be able to talk to some of the other people in the chat who you don't get to hear their voice while we're doing the show, but they'll be there and they're awesome. We have an amazing community. So if you're new to Weird at Night, join our Discord ASAP and get in that voice chat after the show. Ash Matty said, cool, Weird at Night. Every once in a while when I have the house to myself, I can watch Weird at Night on a big projector screen, and it's so cool and different. Noirland on demand will have to happen. Well, lucky for you, I just uploaded that entire feature-length premiere all by itself. The 56 minutes of Noirland was uploaded to YouTube today. It's available for you to go check out right now. Make sure you give us make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, because that is the destination for video, Weird at Night video on demand. Are you an artist? Do you know an artist? Do you know an artist who makes music, poetry, painting, dance, drag, comedy, sketch, short film, animation, or literature? Yes. If you are an artist and you know somebody who is a creative type who you think would be a good fit for our show, send me an email, weirdatnight@gmail.com, or join our Discord, as I said, bit.ly/WAN Discord, WANDISCORD. Yes. We would love to do it. We don't have to have a super firm idea for what you want to do. All you need is the like a gestation of something, and then we can collaborate from there. I promise. This is not very hard to do. And Brill.
Oops. Now there's a happy accident. An accident that could lead to opportunity. But then he had to take off his hat. And uh-oh, poor guy. Dry, lifeless hair can take the fun out of your life, but you can put it back with Brill Cream. With Brill Cream, a little dabble'll do you. Watch Brill Cream put life in dry hair and fun back into your life. Brill Cream gives your hair that look the ladies love.
Excitingly clean, disturbingly healthy, so masculine. Watch.
Brill Cream, a little dabble do ya? Brill Cream, you look so debonair. Brill Cream, the gals will all pursue ya. They'll love to get their fingers in your hair.
Use Brill Cream and put life in your hair.
Brill Cream, baby! Coming up! We still got much more to come. So much more. Not For Sale is here. We get a double dose of Nada Mucho with a T-Boss of film review. We'll watch installation artist Oscar Oiwa do his work. And we'll even hear from one of the greatest stand-up comedians of all time, Richard Pryor. But right now, we have monstrous things to get to. Monstrous, I tell you. You didn't think we forgot about the WAN superstar and Seattle rap royalty, Terry Monstrosity, did you? Because hell no! This next clip is a live performance video from Terry of his track, Redemption, which is about to play right now. So check it out right now.
And we gon' get redemption, we gon' test the limits, we gon' set the bar. What you really want. We gon' get redemption, we gon' test the limits, we gon' set the bar. What you really want. Get up with the 1-2 if they don't really want to. Get up on this Mac shit, switch them to Ubuntu. Windows I'ma jump through, but planning is a must do. They gon' give you wall teeth, I cut with the front two. Just tryna make a buck too. Now have to say fuck you, quit it with the audibles. Capital or crush do, still miss me with the money live. Unless they gon' rush through. Invested in my own device, any moment it'll touch you. I'ma make the crowd go up like it's macking it. I don't give a fuck about y'all if you slacking it. This whole game home court, I'm attacking it. Backboard practice, I'm playing, never lacking it. I could be Cadillac fly when I'm packing it. Rhyme skill sentence with the real and immaculate. Real in the back with it. I don't give a fuck no matter what about a bus, cause I always rode in the front. And we gon' get redemption, we gon' test the limits, we gon' set the bar. What you really want. We gon' get redemption, we gon' test the limits, we gon' set the bar. What you really want. Born 1987, August 16th, flawless entry. Lawless means got you intrigued. Head case on his best days, making synth beats. Put one in the wind again and send off on my 10 speed. Head nod, the head off, to the edge off, then get beat. It's risky, could be dead wrong and led on by envy, but she gets me under all condition, and I'm in for unconvention. I'm Herculean, it's worth repeating when I'm mentioned. Conjecture is what the world's made of. Why you getting caught in the prophecies of a slave, son? Probably why I'm tired as the body of all the hated ones. People looking at you and hoping you wouldn't take it there. Because we rich and you know it. Get a lot of money and they know you gon' blow it. They don't hope you gon' blow it, cause they know you gon' owe it to somebody else. I'm not a prophet but a poet. And we gon' get redemption, we gon' test the limits, we gon' set the bar. What you really want. And we gon' get redemption, we gon' test the limits, we gon' set the bar. What you really want.
You know, there are so few people in this world bursting with the kind of inspiration Terry Monstrosity is. He's also a brand new dad, so please click the links and check out his Bandcamp. Every dollar makes a difference. For well over a year, there hasn't been a single episode of Weird at Night that Terry hasn't been a part of. We're sending nothing but love to the Monstrosity fam, and we follow up the monster with one of his go-to producers, WAN legend, Not For Sale. The grooves never stop here at Weird at Night, friends. Thanks to Not For Sale, who, like Terry, hasn't gone without an episode of Weird at Night in a very, very long time. And he's also always releasing stuff. Always something new. Always something new. Give him a follow on Instagram. Check out his Bandcamp and show your support. There's definitely going to be some new stuff for you to consume very, very shortly. That's just Not For Sale style. But from Delightful Groove, we turn to Caped Reviews. T-Basa has been a Nada Mucho contributor since, I believe, the year 2000, which means he's been at this for like 21 years. And today, he brings us a Nada Mucho film review of none other than Marvel's latest cinematic epic, Shang-Chi. T-Basa, take us away, friend.
It's a Nada Mucho film review. Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
Shang-Chi. More like a trip to Narnia than a visit to the dojo. Published by Nada Mucho. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Directed by Destin Daniel Cretton. Starring Simu Liu, Awkwafina, Tony Chu Wai Leung and Ben Kingsley. You had me at Marvel. Spoiler alert. I love comic books. I love the adaptations to animation, television and, most of all, the full-length feature films. I praise the good films as great, and the bad films as not that bad. So am I the best, unbiased source for superhero movie reviews? Who cares? I'm going to tell you my thoughts on Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings anyways. Shang-Chi's always been on my radar. I never read his comics but enjoyed his guest appearances. Having a monthly title in the 70s and 80s last more than 100 issues is no small feat, and the popularity of the character reached cult-like status among comic book readers. When Shang-Chi made a return to comics in 2007, the idea of a feature-length film, or at least a Netflix television series, became possible. Again, I'm a super fan of comics. So, street-level, superhero shows on Netflix were essential for me, and Shang-Chi would have fit perfectly into the story arcs of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage or even Iron Fist. But now that I have viewed the feature-length film, I'm glad this was the path Marvel chose. To my surprise, the film wasn't just kung fu and street-level fights that showed off the amazing fight choreography of Andy Chang, an acolyte of Jackie Chan. It was an energetic journey into mysticism and fantasy as well. The first act was what I expected. Amazing fight scenes and an introduction to our protagonists Xuan and Katie. Both are played with charisma and swagger by Simu Liu and Awkwafina. But as the first act closes, and I was getting used to San Francisco, we are whisked away to multiple locales, each more fantastic than the last. Director Destin Daniel Cretton, Just Mercy, The Glass Castle, does a great job of making these changes in locale plausible yet somewhat frightening. He does this by focusing our experience mostly through the eyes of Katie, played with an almost screwballs comedy effect by Awkwafina. Little did I know when I was favorably reviewing Just Mercy in 2019, Cretton was slated to direct this big-budget, Marvel film as a follow-up. Shang-Chi has nowhere near the emotional weight of Just Mercy, but it does have similarities in that we believe the characters care for each other on more than a superficial level. Balancing this with action and fantasy must be difficult, and I commend the young director for doing this so successfully in his fourth film. As with all Marvel films, there are surprises and cinematic touchstones that will impact the greater MCU, and all of these are fresh and fun. The main takeaway, however, is that we care about the characters because they care about each other, and that first act in boring old San Fran was the setup we needed to be taken on a fantastical journey that is more like a visit to Narnia than a visit to the dojo. If the previous Marvel film, Black Widow, was a B, and the previous film by Cretton was also a B, then this film about the Legend of the Ten Rings is a B+.
It's a Nada Mucho film review. Don't call it a movie. If you do, he'll be mad.
Big thanks to Nada Mucho and T-Basa. We dropped the link so you can read that review for yourself if you want to over at Nada Mucho. But make sure, one way or the other, you follow Nada Mucho on Twitter. You go to the website every once in a while because they are always providing music and cultural coverage for all of us. I actually have Thanksgiving plans this year with some homies, and the plan, even before this review came in, is to watch Shang-Chi. I've only heard good things. We dropped links to the review, Nada Mucho, and much more. So if you want to read it at your own pace, Ethel, now you can. But this art extravaganza ain't slowing down yet, my shadow souls. No. In fact, it's still popping off. We switch gears once again to take in the creative work and process of Brazilian artist Oscar Oiwa. Oiwa's mastery of environment will reveal itself rather quickly here. So all you gotta do is just keep your fucking eyes open because the magic is about to happen. Holy shit. Talk about world building, am I right? Who wouldn't want to inflate a giant thing like that and then just create a world inside of it? Absolutely amazing stuff. Now, obviously in a 3-minute video, things are edited and sped up for the sake of narrative continuity, etc., etc. But to see how quickly that process comes together for Oscar Oiwa is truly special. Learn more about Oscar Oiwa at his website and check out My Modern Met, who supplied that video to us, for more incredible videos just like that. Now, as we begin to wind down, it feels like a good time for a little levity. Am I right? A good story even. Well, we just so happen to have one of the most compelling storytellers in modern history with us tonight. The late Richard Pryor was a groundbreaking comedian on so many levels. His refusal to play by the industry rules, his ability to translate comedy into something even bigger than just laughs, into something truly moving, his bold-faced honesty about his struggles with drugs, the man was divinely inspired and decades ahead of his own time. What we're about to watch is an interview with Richard Pryor from 1973 with James Earl Jones from a show called Black Omnibus. This comes to us courtesy of historic film stock footage archive on YouTube. Give them a follow while you're watching, but check this out.
He emerged with a style of humor that reflected the mood of freedom that Garvey had established. Richard Pryor was that comedian, and he's here to talk about his homespun humor. Richard Pryor, welcome to Black Omnibus.
Thank you.
What or who influenced you to be a comedian?
I don't know. I couldn't fight. No, I just, I don't know, man. I don't know. I used to watch Abbott and Costello, mostly, and Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin, listen to the Red Skelton on the radio and things like that. But I wasn't influenced by just my surroundings, mostly. And I couldn't fight. Your own life. Yeah, I really couldn't fight, so that's why, I had to get that together. Because what you gonna do? So I do a little dance, make jokes.
It is one of your most famous skits based on an encounter in an alley.
Oh yeah, it was a dude at home. Used to know karate when it first came out. Terry Austin. He was bad, I kill a brick. That was his thing. He'd walk through alleys, all the time, And we had a dead man's alley, we called it, and you had to be bad to walk down through there at 11 o'clock, because he would do it. And he got grabbed in the alley once. We paid old wino to grab him, just to see what would happen. He was bad, he was walking through the alley. I can handle it. And the dude grabbed him, You in a world of trouble, baby. You don't know who you messing with. You done messed up now.
That was the first time I ever saw you. You did that one. I said, wow, that's a whole new thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Where do you get your material? I mean, aside from little incidents in the alley like that, where?
That's it. Just little incidents in the alley. And what I see, it's all through my life. 'Cause I tried to be a lot of things when I was young. Failed at just about everything. And I wasn't making it in school. And, I just got embarrassed. I had a hard time reading in class and stuff. It was embarrassing because all the other brothers could read real good. But my turn. The man was choosing to, I'd start crying. They let me leave the room, and I'd go cry, Dudes be signifying, nigga, you can't read. Get it together. So I got out of school when I was 14, took jobs and stuff, different jobs at the packing house. Worked extra hard because I was small to show that I could really work. And the man, boy, you sure do work good. I went into the Army and then came back home and decided to become an entertainer. Cha-cha-cha.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. This is but a small sample of the wonder that is Richard Pryor. His stand-up specials are legendary. His interviews, as you can see, are just as compelling. He was a man who lived out loud without reservation. His authenticity has outlived him and continues to inspire people across generations. But I want to point something out to you that he said. In kind of the straight world, in like the educational system and everything, he failed at just about everything. He describes walking through his life feeling like a failure, feeling like a total fuck up, for lack of a better term. And this man is a legend that we celebrate to this day. It's never too late to find your calling, friends. It is never too late. This is a quick reminder that even though this episode is nearing its end, the party is not over. Join our Discord server and hop on the community voice chat channel after the show. But you know what time it is. If you watched Weird Tonight before, you know what we're about to do, right? I love this music. I really do. This is the auto write. And some of you might be going, what the fuck is an auto write? Well, let me tell you what it is, kids. Sit down and shut up and I'll tell you. Okay. An auto write is essentially the tool of the surrealists. We are trying to connect to our unconscious mind, and this activity is an intentional way of being unintentional. Does that make any sense? No, it does not. But I'm sticking to it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna count back from 10, and as I do, you simply try to clear your mind, okay? And when I get to 1, I'm gonna say go. And when I say go, we're all gonna start writing. Just typing whatever comes into your head. Don't try to censor it, don't try to edit it. Just let it be what it is. It doesn't have to make sense. It probably won't make sense if you're getting really, really clear. But after about 30 or 45 seconds, I'll say stop. We'll all hit enter or return. Everybody's auto write appears in the chat. I read them out loud, and then we soar into the atmosphere, off to whatever it is we're gonna go do, whether it's gonna be in our Discord or whether we just see it on Saturday, okay? So once again, I count back from 10, you try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'll say go. We all start furiously typing, type. Whatever comes into your head. After about 30 or 45 seconds, I'll say stop. We hit enter or return. We all read. We go, ha, 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 ha. Aren't we all little geniuses? And then we speed off into the night. All right. So let's begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and stop. I just put mine in the chat. We'll wait for some more to come in, but I'll start reading mine while we do. Go, go, go. It's the Cheerios of laxatives, but that's okay. I'm backed up and I need traction. This isn't gonna end well for one of us. And I think it's my intestines. Ha 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 ha. I'm hilarious, poopy poop pop. I guess the diamond eyes of a bronzed Labrador will be my hero tonight. I'm living on the edge of a lightning bolt, but giving up quickly. Que sera. Bicentennial bebe. Just a little over 1 year since being diagnosed with the learning disorder, and my life changed drastically, but I still find myself stuck between two worlds, trying to unlearn everything I learned to compensate for being right side up in an upside down world. Well said. Alex F&V. Book a remote control for a spa day or pay the consequences with your toe on the leg of your bed. You know who you are. You know why it happened. Just let Sex in the City happen next time, and you won't pay such a high cost. Skittles are fruity. Reese's was in a $45 Reese's pie, and no one told me, so it sold out. All I want is a Reese's pie and to meet a parrot. Goals. Goals, cousin. Ash Maddie. Joe Schmo does blow. Rhyming thing to start off tonight, I guess. I made buckwheat soba noodles that were made from yams. My name is Martin Yan, and I'm here to tell you that Yan can cook? The guy only needed a cleaver, and a wok. Delicious bastard. Beautiful Ash, Maddie. TC Blackout. When the alphabet is ran backwards, you can hear a distinct voice. It's a low hum at first, but if you slow it down enough, it sounds an awful lot like a recipe for meat pies. I don't put meat pies in general because those two things aren't mutually exclusive. But if I had to add an ingredient, well done, TC. Thank you, and thank you for your predilection for meat pies. Madsy in the End Times. Try. Thank you, Madsy, for your auto-write. And thank you all. Well, my skidoos, this is the point in which we say goodnight. Another hour of creativity, of soul-opening splendor. I get stuff sent to me a lot from people who've watched Weird at Night or even appeared on Weird at Night who are inspired to try something new after watching a few episodes. It's not necessarily always for broadcast. What I want to say is that it's so powerful to see you, whoever you may be, finding inspiration and putting it into action. It's my favorite part of this entire gig. Weird at Night is founded on 4 key principles. People come first. Time matters more than money. Art is the antidote. Attack with love. We do our best to embody this on the show and throughout our lives. There's so many ways that outside forces use capitalism or cultural relevance to divide us. But the truth is that while we're all different, while we may have different needs, we all share one need besides food, water, and air. Meaning. Humans are meaning machines. We have to create our own meaning as we go. And watching so many people blossom, watching so many channel their creative passion gives meaning to my life that I simply cannot thank you all enough for. I'll see you this Saturday at 10 p.m. or after the show in the Discord voice chat. I'll be there in about 5 minutes. But one way or the other, I'm Patrick Galactic. We are Weird at Night. Take care of yourselves and love your people every chance you get. And now, we're gonna say hello to the goddess of goodbye.
You're weird at night, so weird at night. Thanks for being so weird at night. For 100 nights, weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird